All right, you ready for 30? Yeah. Here we go, 30 seconds. And good morning, I'm Dan DeRose from 19 News, coming to you live from our digital desk. We're about to take you to a scene in Elyria where a man has been holed up, uncooperative with police for roughly an hour now. According to authorities, police went to the home on South Logan. It's the 800 block of South Logan there in Elyria. You can see our photographer, Kevin Rands, is going to really zoom down to where this standoff is occurring. You can see several SWAT vehicles and officers have the street blocked off. We're told the home in question where this person is holed up is that house with the red roof on it. Pretty distinct home that you can see there. You can see officers gathered around the front of that house. We're not sure where the man is. From what we're told, the person inside is on federal probation warrants for his arrest, and it's related to weapons violations. Now, from what we hear from police, the person is uncooperative, believed to be armed with a handgun or rifle. Police are asking people to avoid that area, obviously. We do know that there is a school impacted by this. The Eastern Heights School, the campus there, is on lockdown, or what they call lockout status. I want to be very clear, it's in a lockout status, meaning no one is allowed to enter or exit the building until they receive the all clear from police. Again, that's the Eastern Heights campus in Elyria, just for a safety precaution, just trying to make sure that everyone stays clear of this house. And if this were to break out into a different direction, that everyone is safe. We can see SWAT, an armored vehicle there, officers standing around waiting. Very often in these situations, they bring out negotiators, someone that can talk to the individual, try and get this individual to a peaceful resolution. But this is where we've been since about 9 o'clock on this standoff situation. Again, it's an individual that has an arrest warrant for a federal probation violation. That's a pretty serious issue when you get it up to the federal level. And this is related to weapons violations, some sort of parole violation for weapons, but on the federal level. And they believe that the person inside is armed with a handgun or a rifle. So that is the reason for the concern here. These situations are obviously very tense, everyone hoping for a peaceful resolution here, but we see officers moving in and around that area. They are heavily armed. I believe that's an AR-15 that front officer is carrying, and it's we see other, very heavily armed officers now moving in and around the area. They keep concentrating on the backyard. You know, this may have been, you never know negotiation-wise what's going on. If the person inside is saying, get the police away from my house. Again, we're concentrated on that house with the red roof is what we believe is the house in question here. And we have seen sort of officers back off that house just a little bit. But you're watching this live. And we can hear neighbors speculating as well in the background. You hear neighbors talking about they're concentrating on the back of the house. It does appear that you see the officers, they keep looking down past the houses, not sure if there's maybe a garage or a shed back there, but that seems to be where the concentration is right now. Again, we're just watching this live. And it's one of these situations. Our photographer, Kevin Rands, that's out there, is doing a phenomenal job, and he is obviously backed off for safety. He's a good block away from this. You can see the heavy police presence on this street. Again, we're talking about the 800 block of South Logan is blocked off. You've got some neighbors out in the front yard, maybe not the safest of ideas, but they're a distance away as well, just trying to see how this plays out. What I'm going to do is, you can see that's the corner of, thanks Kevin, the corner of Cornell and Boston Avenue. I'm going to get that up on a map for us here, Cornell and Boston. So as you continue to watch this shot, I'm going to pull up a map here. And I'm hearing a helicopter. I'm not sure if that's related to this. Probably not. But we are hearing a helicopter overhead. It may just be flying through. It may not be related at all. But let me get a map pulled up here of the exact area where Kevin is located, where the standoff is happening. Cornell and Boston, the intersection of Cornell and Boston and Elyria. So I've got a map pulled up here of the general area, and I'm gonna try and do some things here. We're gonna put this in a box here just so we don't miss any of the live situation here as we show you exactly where in Elyria we're talking about. Here's a map. I'm gonna zoom out just a bit. You can see the 301, no, it's Highway 20 there. Is just to the east of this area, and you can see, I believe this is the school in question. Yeah, the Eastern Heights Elementary School. That is the Eastern Heights campus that's on a lockout status. You can see that's roughly about 2, 3, 4 blocks, maybe even more, 4 or 5 blocks. So that's just a precaution that they have that school on lockout status. I'm actually going to try and pinpoint that home, the home in question, as we go to street view here. So let me, Kevin, if you can do me a favor, pull all the way out so I can see the homes that are there on the corner as we try and do street view here, just to try and identify. Okay, yep, I got you, Kevin. I got that house there. So that was the house there on the corner. We're gonna come up the street and look for a house with the red roof here. I'm not entirely sure how updated this map is, though. Yeah, there doesn't appear. It's a blue house with a red roof. I think this Google Earth here, the street view is old. I believe it's that house right there in question, but clearly doesn't have the red roof on it. Kevin, if you can zoom back into that house, I just want to make sure the house in question, and we can kind of begin to see what police are dealing with. I think we've got the right house there. It's got that white metal awning on the front of it. Take another little white metal awning. We can see a porch 2 houses down. Yeah, so we've got the right house. There's the porch, a greenhouse. It's just that this Google map is old and doesn't have the red roof updated. That looks like a fairly new roof. For just a second, I want to go full on this picture in this house to show when police are focusing, towards the back of this house on both sides. We can see there is maybe a detached garage or some sort of bigger shed in the backyard of this home. I'm gonna go on this side and take a look. There is the garage for that house, but we also saw a building on the other side. So there's the garage in the back of that house that's blue or green in this picture. And then here's that same house, a little bit better. Yeah, you can see some sort of building in the back or an extension to that house, and then a fenced backyard. So that's what police are dealing with, just to give you an idea of what they're working with as far as the home, the driveway, the backyard that they keep looking at. I do want to, I'm going to jump out of this. I'm going to take a look at this map and see if there was one more thing I might be able to do. Let me take a look here. We'll be able to give you an aerial idea, an aerial look at this home. Let's see if we can get the address.
Dan, can you hear me?
Yeah, Kevin, I got you.
Okay, I was just going to mention, those neighbors are saying that it's this house, and it
Right.
looks certainly to be, but there is a street beyond it. Behind it is Logan Street,
Okay.
and there's similar amount of police on that side too.
Okay.
So they're definitely looking. They got
In
it
that-
surrounded, is what I'm
in that,
getting at.
yeah,
The,
in that general area. I gotcha. I'm going to show you the map
Exactly.
and what Kevin is talking about there. You can see Boston Avenue here, and then on the other side you've got Logan Street. So we're one of the homes in this area, and again they're sort of focused behind the houses on Boston Avenue. So I'm gonna refresh this. I'm gonna update this one more time, just sort of reset where we're at with this. Around 9 o'clock this morning, we are told that there's an individual held up in this home in Elyria. This is from what we're being told by police. It's actually, yeah, on Logan Street. The 800 block of Logan is what we're talking about. So one street over, so sort of behind that house in red is where they're focused. And they were there to serve an arrest warrant for a federal probation violation. This is related to weapons charges. From what we're told, the person inside being uncooperative and is believed to be armed with either a handgun or a rifle. They're asking for everyone to stay clear of this area. Again, we're talking Logan, Boston Avenue, in the Boston Cornell Avenue area. Just need to stay back. It does make sense that this is happening one street over. This is sort of a staging area for the SWAT, and you see the officers who are concentrated behind these homes to have that perimeter secure. So wherever they're looking, it's behind the house with the red roof, and the neighbors on the back side of that house with the red roof would be on Logan Avenue, and that's where they're focused. Now, because of the area, there is an elementary school, the Eastern Heights Elementary School. They have put that campus on lockout status. Very clear, the word is lockout, meaning no one is allowed to enter or exit the building until they get it all clear from police. So they're asking parents, stay away from the school. You won't be allowed in. Students will not be allowed out. Yeah, Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, I might move locations and keep you live just to go to that other area.
You're going to try and go one block over to Logan?
Yeah, just behind the houses over there.
Okay. Obviously, Kev, just be careful out there. Go ahead and move positions. I'll put you in a box here so we don't get too nauseous in your movement, but go ahead and if you want to move that position. Kevin, since we're really learning that this situation is over on Logan Avenue, from what we're being told, the 800 block of South Logan, Kevin's going to try and move just maybe one block over, doing some phenomenal work for us out there. Again, this is a standoff situation with a man who had a federal warrant. They were serving for a probation violation, and it's in regards to weapons charges. So you can imagine when they went to serve that warrant, there was probably already a heightened state of awareness and what potentially could be a dangerous situation. And when they got there, that's exactly what happened. Kevin's showing us, you kind of get the backyard of the homes on Boston, sort of a shared backyard area. And now you see the backyards of the homes on Logan. And Kevin's going to move just and see what we get to see down Logan Street. He was saying there's police presence on both those streets, which makes sense. They've got to do the perimeter on the front side and the back side of the home in question. So we'll see what we get here as Kevin gets there. Really the concern for everyone is to stay safe, and really you can see this is the staging area on Logan. So let's take a look for the first time, see what we get to see here as Kevin gets set. You see some people still trying to get out of that neighborhood. I'm sure police are coordinating, helping people if they have to leave and to get out of there. And as Kevin was zoomed in down there, there is a house where the individuals, well, you get a lot of neighbors walking around, and police don't seem to be too concerned. It makes me wonder if this is perhaps over. You see that house down there with American flag, a POW flag, and that's where we saw a SWAT officer head back into sort of that area, but you sure don't see, you don't really see any level of concern. I'm wondering if this is over. Not really seeing any officers in those tactical positions at this point. We'll have to see how this plays out. So it looks like officers are talking to somebody in that vehicle. Yeah, Kevin, we're just trying to make some observations about what we're seeing here. Looks like you've got one of the SWAT officers, that's a U.S. Marshal. Looks like he might be putting away some of his gear. That's usually our first indication that this is over. We'll see what happens here. There doesn't appear to be any real movement or officers, and that officer is walking down the street. I don't even believe he has a weapon, at least drawn, so this appears to be over. Kevin, we can still kind of hear you. I mean, you're, yeah, there you see the officer just nonchalantly walking up to that home. So, yeah, this is clearly over as we see other neighbors were coming out of their homes, walking down the street. It does appear to be that home with the POW, the black POW flag, that was the home in question. So I think what we'll do is we'll wrap this up. It appears to have concluded. You see another officer walking up, no weapon. Yeah, so this is, I believe, we've gotten a conclusion on this. Officers maybe even going into that home. They wouldn't be doing that with no weapons if this was an ongoing situation. So What I think we'll do is we'll wrap this up. You've been watching a standoff situation in Elyria that's been going for a little more than an hour now that appears to be over just on the surface. Kevin, you would agree with that, right? Kevin, you can kind of hear me there. You would agree this appears to be over?
Yeah, they just look pretty casual right now. So
Okay.
he got it controlled, or he's not, or someone's not there.
Yeah, good point. Good point. The individual may not have been there. That happens sometimes in the situation. But what we're going to do is wrap this up. We are going to have a reporter out there, so she will gather up any information she can get for us and look for an update in our 11 o'clock news. That's just about a half an hour away. But again, what was a standoff situation, a pretty tense situation there in Elyria for a couple of blocks. We're talking about Boston and Logan streets there in Elyria, appears to be kind of concluded here. I just want to take one more look. Yeah, you see officers on phones, officers just standing around, law enforcement. So yeah, we'll conclude this. Make sure you tune in to our 11 o'clock news on CW43 to get the very latest on this situation. Again, police were there, authorities were there to take a man into custody on a federal probation violation. A warrant had been issued for his arrest related to weapons violations. And when they got there, the individual was less than cooperative. There was sort of a standoff situation, and they believe that individual did in fact have a weapon inside, either a handgun or a rifle. So for now, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News. Make sure you tune in to our 11 o'clock news for the very latest on this situation in Elyria. Have a good afternoon.
19 News is everywhere. Download our CTV apps and follow us on social media at Cleveland 19 News.